Another strong quarter. If we put the spotlight on Zensar Tech, also posted a strong quarter this time around. The company reported a profit of 74 crore. That's a seven-fold jump on a quarter-on-quarter basis. We have Sandeep Kishore, the CEO and Managing Director of the company, joining in now for a fine print of the results gone by. Mr. Kishore, thanks very much for joining in. It's been a very strong quarter for the company. You saw a revenue jump of 9.5%. Your EBIT was up 79% this time. Margins as well expanded quite a bit, came in at 10%. That's versus 6.1% last time around. Give us a sense of some of the highlights. What worked for you this time around?
Yeah, hi, good morning, and thank you for having us. This is the fourth consecutive quarter that we've delivered on the top line 3+% of sequential growth. So we feel pretty good about it, largely led by applications and digital. Digital, as we've talked consistently over the last 2 years, is the main pivot for our focus, investment, and also client discussions. Digital crossed 40% of the last quarter revenue. On a yearly basis is 38%. Digital grew 8.5% sequentially and over 35% year-on-year basis. So that's been the main center focus for us, and we are pleased with the performance that we are delivering around digital and the overall top line as well. PAT improved, as you called out, on a quarterly basis by about 23%, yearly basis on 7% on dollar terms.
All right, so clearly a big push from digital, and like you said, that is something we've been discussing with you for quarters gone by as well. What is the outlook then as far as digital goes? If you talk about FY19, do you expect to continue to build on this kind of traction?
Yes, we absolutely believe that based on all the pipelines that we see, all the client conversations, and also all the investments that we have put together in our own return on digital, which is a Zensar proprietary framework, we feel pretty confident that we will continue to do quite well in the digital-led discussions and the digital-led growth.
All right, and if you talk about the traditional application management business, what has been the traction there? What kind of trends can you share with us?
Yeah, so, about 75% or so of our pipeline and discussion with the customers have a digital component in. We are leading client conversations with the investment that we have built in and around digital. We are also seeing some great discussions happening now into AI and machine learning, into blockchain. We have recently picked up some pretty interesting projects on each of these new technology. AMS, which is the traditional core business, we always lead with new technology because otherwise you already have a lot of existing players with the clients doing traditional back-end AMS. So unless you differentiate yourself, the unique proposition doesn't come out. So it's a part of our strategy to, even if we are fighting a traditional AMS deal, we lead with digital and with new technologies.
All right, fair enough. And we saw that jump as far as AMS goes. Revenue was up 14.7% this time around. But where you saw the weakness this time was the infra management services space. Revenue was down 15.5%. Give us a sense of the factors that played into this, and what is the outlook that you have for this segment going ahead?
Yeah, so infra, we have completely redone the leadership team. We brought in a new set of leaders. We have redone our entire service catalog. There is a massive push which is moving away for on-prem data center into public cloud. That business has been a big focus area for us to rejuvenate. And based on all the changes that we've done, you should see a better FY19 in infrastructure, cloud infrastructure business than what we have seen in FY18.
All right. The other big update of FY18 was, of course, that you had bought Sinosure for about $33 million. Any update that you can give us in terms of the performance and contribution of Sinosure?
So Sinosure in fiscal 18 actually was not a part of Zensar. So none of the numbers that we've talked so far had any Sinosure businesses in. We closed that acquisition in about 10 days ago. So fiscal 19 is when you will actually see Sinosure becoming financially a part of the organization itself.
All right. So if you talk about fiscal 19, then any contribution that you have, any targets for Sinosure, and what kind of revenue contribution that this acquisition will be making?
Yeah, so we don't give any forward guidance, but Sinosure, the reason we acquired is basically a platform offering, particularly in the in the property and casualty insurance sector. That's been a focus sector for us. And as you know, that sector is going through massive transformation, traditionally being led by legacy and older application. And as the world moves rapidly towards digital, insurance as a sector is not wanting to be left behind. So platforms like Guidewire, which is what is core for Cynosure, we think is a critical part of the customer investment, and hence it made actually sense for us to do that acquisition and align it with our insurance business. Insurance is about 15% of our overall global business. Total financial services is just about 20%. So insurance is actually almost 3/4 of that business that we do. And we've just started the synergies and the integrations are in place. So we feel pretty good that this will become a very, very interesting part of our proposition.
All right. So can we then expect a significant uptick to the insurance business, at least as a part of the mix, on the back of this acquisition and contribution?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, including Cynosure, yes, most certainly.
All right, fair enough. And if we talk about the fourth quarter, then if you could give us some details and color on key client additions or order wins in the quarter gone by.
So, we announced two of the largest wins in the history of our company in fiscal 18, both north of $50 million TCV. We feel pretty good about it. We have just started implementing those. One was in the application and digital space. The other was in the cloud infrastructure space. Some part of that business is already there into Q4, but majority of it will flow through into fiscal 19. Our top 5, 10, and 20 customers sequentially have done exceptionally well. And that's also been one of the key reasons on why we delivered such a strong performance in Q4. Actually, top 5 customer grew by over 10% sequentially. And if you take a look at top 20, it's 9.3% sequentially. So our focus on fewer customers, deeper relationship, lead with digital transformation, we're very pleased that it's all coming together now.
All right, and very quickly then, before we let you go, you had announced the extension of your partnership with Microsoft in South Africa. Any update that you can give us on that? And on the question of inorganic growth, are you actively looking for any acquisitions in fiscal 19?
So we are an acquisitive company, and yes, we continuously look for newer acquisitions. In the last 2 years, we have done 3. We acquired Foolproof in November 2016. It's in London, digital design agency. We acquired Keystone Logic, which is a digital supply chain, in March of 2017, Atlanta-based, and most recently in March 2018, we acquired Cynosure, which is Chicago-based here. So we continuously look for what we call tuck-in acquisitions, which are between $25 and $75 million of enterprise value. And we are very active. We have a set of identified areas that we go after, and we are continuously looking to add more. Microsoft update on the South Africa. South Africa is a very core region for us. Year-on-year basis, we've actually grown 12% in South Africa. Very focused on financial services and retail as a sector. And our partnership with Microsoft, particularly around Azure on the cloud, is doing very well. And we're very pleased with what we've delivered there for our customers along with Microsoft.
All right, fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. That's Sandeep Kishore, CEO and MD at Zensar Tech, giving us an outlook for the company going ahead after a very strong quarter posted by the company for the fourth quarter. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Trending Today. Thank you so much for watching.